completely overwhelmed by the week ahead? Your mind is racing, your to-do list feels endless, and before the week even starts, you already feel behind. I've been there, trust me, it's not a great place to be. But what if I told you there's a way to step into every week feeling organized, focused, and, most importantly, calm? That's where a solid weekly reset routine comes in. Today, I'm sharing with you the exact routine I follow every week to get my mind, my tasks, and my life in order so that I can start the week feeling like I'm in control. This isn't just about planning your to-do list, it's about setting the right intentions, organizing your space, and prioritizing self-care so that you can show up as your best self. By the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to reset and recharge for the week ahead. So stick around, you won't want to miss this. The first thing I do every Sunday is declutter. And I don't just mean throwing out that pile of junk mail. I declutter both my physical space and my mental space. Think about it. How can you possibly focus on what's important if you're surrounded by chaos? A study from Princeton University's Neuroscience Institute found that physical clutter competes for your attention, reducing your ability to focus and increasing stress. So let's tackle that clutter. Start with your physical environment. Pick one area, your desk, your living room, your bedroom, wherever, and spend 15 to 30 minutes tidying up. Put things back in their rightful place, clear off surfaces, and get rid of anything that's no longer serving you. You'll be amazed at how a clean, organized space can instantly lift your mood and make you feel more at ease. This isn't about perfection, it's about creating an environment that supports your productivity and well-being. But decluttering isn't just about the physical, it's also about clearing your mind. Take 5 minutes to do a brain dump. Write down everything that's swirling around in your head. Things you need to do, things you're worried about, ideas you've been sitting on. Get it all out on paper so you can stop carrying it around mentally. Once it's on paper, it's easier to prioritize and tackle. This simple act can reduce anxiety and give you clarity. Now that your space and mind are clear, it's time to reflect. Reflection is one of the most underrated tools for personal growth. It's not enough to just go through life checking things off your list. You need to pause, look back, and evaluate. What went well last week? What didn't? And most importantly, what did you learn? This reflection process doesn't have to be long or complicated, but it should be intentional. Take 10 minutes to think about the highs and lows of your week. Celebrate your wins no matter how small they are, whether it's finishing a project, staying consistent with your workout routine, or simply showing up for yourself when things got tough. It's important to acknowledge these victories because they remind you of your progress, even when it feels like you're not moving forward fast enough. Next, look at the challenges. What didn't go as planned? Maybe you got derailed by unexpected events, or maybe you procrastinated on something important. It happens to all of us, but the key is not to beat yourself up. Instead, ask yourself what you can learn from those experiences. What adjustments can you make moving forward? Reflection allows us to become better equipped for the challenges ahead. Fun fact, according to a study published in the Employees who spent 15 minutes at the end of their workday reflecting on lessons learned performed 23% better after 10 days than those who didn't. That's the power of reflection. It helps you learn faster and perform better. Now I want to hear from you. What was one thing you learned from your past week? Drop it in the comments below. Maybe it's a big breakthrough, or maybe it's just a small insight. Either way, your reflection could inspire someone else, so don't be shy. Once I've reflected on the past week, I like to set intentions for the upcoming one. Notice I said, not goals. Goals are about what you want to accomplish, but intentions are about how you want to show up. They're more about the energy you bring to your week, and less about specific outcomes. Why is this important? Because life is unpredictable. Even the most meticulously planned week can be thrown off by unexpected events. But when you set intentions, you give yourself a guiding principle that helps you navigate the ups and downs with grace and resilience. For example, maybe your intention this week is to be more present with your family, or to approach stressful situations with patience. Maybe it's to prioritize self-compassion, especially when things don't go as planned. Whatever your intentions are, write them down and keep them visible. Let them guide your actions throughout the week. There's even science to back this up. Research in psychology suggests that setting intentions can improve behavior and focus. When we consciously decide how we want to show up, we're more likely to make choices that align with those intentions. So take a few minutes to think about your top 3 intentions for the week ahead. Trust me, it'll make a world of difference. Now that we've set our intentions, let's get into the nitty-gritty planning your week. Planning might not sound glamorous, but it's one of the most powerful tools for reducing stress and boosting productivity. The key here is not just to write down your to-do list, but to actually create a realistic schedule for getting things done. First, list out all the tasks you need to complete. Don't worry about the order just yet. Just get everything down on paper. Once you have your list, start prioritizing. What are the most important tasks that absolutely need to get done? Highlight those. Then, identify any tasks that can be delegated or pushed to a later date. Next, I like to use time blocking to map out my week. Time blocking is when you break your day into chunks of time dedicated to specific tasks. It's a great way to stay focused because you know exactly what you're working on and when. For example, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., you might focus on deep work, like writing or strategizing. From 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., you might handle emails and administrative tasks. A study from California State University found that structured schedules help improve task completion and reduce procrastination. But remember, it's not just about packing your schedule to the brim. You need to build in buffer time for breaks and self-care. After all, we're aiming for a productive week, not burnout. Speaking of self-care, let's talk about one of the most important parts of your weekly reset: taking care of you. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. If you don't recharge, you're going to burn out. And when that happens, everything suffers. Your work, your relationships, even your health. So, what does self-care look like in a weekly reset? It can be anything that helps you relax, de-stress, and recharge. Maybe it's a long walk outside, journaling, reading a book, or spending time with loved ones. For me, I like to set aside time for a longer meditation session or a hot bath. It's my way of resetting both my body and my mind. Self-care is deeply personal, so find what works for you and make it a priority. Studies show that even just 30 minutes of self-care a day can significantly reduce stress and improve your mood. So, whether it's a small act of self-care each day or dedicating a larger chunk of time on Sundays, make sure you're carving out that space for yourself. As we start wrapping up the weekly reset routine, it's essential to recognize that this process is fluid. Every week is different, and that's okay. What worked for you last week might not work this week, and that's where reviewing and adjusting comes in. At the end of the week, take a few moments to evaluate your reset routine. Did you follow through with your intentions? Were your time blocks effective? Did you make enough time for self-care? If something didn't work as planned, don't get discouraged. Instead, see it as an opportunity to tweak and improve your routine for the upcoming week. Growth happens through iteration. Your weekly reset routine should evolve as you evolve. The more you practice, the better you'll get at finding a rhythm that works for you. If you found value in this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I post videos every week that help you stay on track with your personal development and self-care. Also, let me know in the comments, what's one new habit or change you're going to implement in your weekly reset? I can't wait to hear from you. And remember, the secret to a productive, fulfilling week starts with intention. You have the power to create the week you want. Take that first step today and you'll see just how much of a difference it makes.